There's a hidden agenda in the trading markets that very few people know about. Think about in your life if someone tries to provoke you. They're not doing that in order to win something or achieve something productive for themselves. They're doing it for some other reason. And the same thing is happening in these markets every single day. Because when I first started trading, I thought that everyone is here to make money, but that's not how this game works, because at the end of the day, it's a zero-sum game. That means we make money by someone else losing money. And people try to, as humans, rationalize and find reasons, logic, and patterns everywhere. So that's why you've probably heard of liquidity sweeps and all of that stuff, but it's not that simple. It's not that simple. That's the only way someone tries to take money from everyone else is by liquidity sweeps. Because as you know, only 1% make it. And I wish I knew this information that I have now earlier, because it would have made everything so much easier. I've been there where I tried so hard, I thought I was doing everything right, and I got frustrated and I blew accounts again and again and again. And I've had so many bad weeks, so many bad weekends where I just look back and I'm like, what is happening? And I can't seem to enjoy even the weekend when I'm not trading. I'm just thinking about how bad the week was, and I go into the market again and I try to stay disciplined, but I just keep blowing accounts, and I try so hard, I get so far, but whatever. Anyways, what I did was that I actually sat down and I tried to understand how these markets work. And the first thing I realized is that the majority of trading knowledge that you can learn for free on the internet, on YouTube, even ICT, SMC, the thing is, if it worked so well, you wouldn't be in the current position you are currently at. If these concepts themselves were running the market, you wouldn't be able to be in the position you're at with break-even stage or blowing accounts. And then people try to sell you this false narrative that it's your trading psychology. You need to work on your mindset. And that's actually misleading information. And I hate for people to listen to that kind of information and think that they are the problem, because the truth is, you don't need the kind of trading psychology people tell you about. Because why do you even struggle with trading psychology in the beginning? It's because you get more and more frustrated until you get to that point where you just snap, right? And you just blow the account or whatever, because you get so frustrated. You're trying to build like a paper house or something, and a tiny wind blow comes and everything collapses. And at that point, sooner or later, you're going to get completely pissed off. And that's because most people don't understand what actually makes price move. That's the truth. And I didn't understand so either. And not because I was stupid, but simply because I didn't have access to the right kind of information. And that's actually what you learn when you get really profitable in trading, is that everything you have been taught in life about hard work, about discipline, is complete nonsense, because the elites, they just have access. That's the word, access to different kind of knowledge, different kind of networks, and that's how they operate. They don't necessarily need to work harder than you. And a lot of them, as you can see, big traders out there, they are enjoying their life. They are traveling, they're partying, they're doing a lot of stuff. I'm not suggesting the last one, because that's not good for trading. But some people even manage to do that while making a lot of money. I don't do that myself. I don't necessarily recommend doing that, but it just goes to show that these people aren't necessarily working harder than you, but you're giving your hard-earned money away to them simply because you don't have the right kind of knowledge. And the way this goes is that the stuff that actually works is almost always kept hidden. And that's how, if you study throughout history, that's how it's always been. That someone had better technology, better knowledge, better networks, and that's why they succeeded. Had little to nothing to do with hard work. That's the narrative you get told. And that's why different kind of athletes or musicians or who knows, like, they're pushed out as, look at how hard they worked, look at how much they sacrificed, look at what they achieved, but they are not like the big players out there that you think they are. There are people behind, business people, who actually make way more money off of them and who control everything. And that's the same in trading. It doesn't matter how hard you work. I backtested 40 hours last month, but that's not why I'm successful. I could backtest completely useless strategies and it doesn't matter. So let's get to the point. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, because the truth is that if you have a strategy and it gives you mediocre results, if the strategy isn't insanely good, then you don't have the right kind of knowledge. Then you will struggle. You will not be able to do this full time. You will be in the exact same position you are for the next 3 to 6 months, the next year, and you're going to keep blowing accounts. But if you really want to change, I'm opening spots in my mentorship where you can actually learn. And I hate to just give something this valuable for free away, but I've been in your shoes. I know how dark it can get when you never seem to get, like, figure this out. You feel like you wasted so much and you feel like this can't be all for nothing. So I'm actually willing to give out my strategy and my trading knowledge for people who are interested. If you click the link in the bio to join the Discord. But what I'm not able to do is I'm not able to help people who can't help themselves, because you have to take responsibility. You have to be an adult about it, and you have to actually do some work yourself and, like, try to make something happen. If you just keep watching these same useless strategies, keep doing the same thing and nothing changes, then nothing is going to change. But if you're actually interested in doing this for real, then I can tell you that the majority of people who actually have a really profitable edge or a strategy, they're never going to just post that on YouTube for free and just make people profitable like that. It's never going to happen. So they've probably worked hard to get to that point, and it's not just me, but other profitable people as well. They're mostly not going to, like, give you, like, a lot of people, and that's actually worse. At least I'm honest about it and I'm telling you the truth, that I'm not going to just give out the strategy for free. But what a lot of other trading mentors do is that they give out the strategy, but they don't tell you everything, so that when you try to use their strategy, it doesn't work, because they're not telling you, like, the secret sauce that actually makes the strategy work. And that's the truth. I've seen a lot of people like this, where the strategy worked for them. Then I try to backtest it myself and it doesn't work. And that's actually worse. That's misleading information. At least be honest about it. So I try to help people who actually want to make a change. And if you're interested in that, just send me a DM on Instagram or click the link in the bio to join the Discord. And there is no guarantees in life. I can't guarantee you profitability. The only guarantee in life is death and taxes. But I can guarantee that if you do nothing, then nothing is going to change. That's 100% guaranteed. So I actually want to help people who actually want to get help. That's the truth. And that's all I can do. The rest you have to figure out yourself. But thank you guys for watching, and I wish you good trading.